Let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and we start off with the JSE. Of course, after we saw beautiful gains in yesterday's trading session, we are seeing the JSE trading in a red territory today, even though we did get good news out of the inflation front for August. We did see a cooling down there to 4.4%, below the SARB's midpoint of its target range. Of course, this is ahead of the SARB's meeting or conclusion of its monetary policy meeting tomorrow. So the all-share declining almost 0.4%. That loss largely coming from the Resources 10 complex there, which has turned around today, slumping more than 1.5%, followed by the Industrial 25 with a shedding of 1/3%. But backing that trend is the Financial 15 with a gain of 1/4%. Let's take a look at what is happening in the U.S. markets. And of course, on that front, we are awaiting Fed Chair Jerome Powell's speech in about 2.5 hours at 8 o'clock South African time tonight. So, of course, we have been getting increased expectations for a 50 basis point cut, but we will wait to hear from the chair. The S&P 500 declining 0.04%. Tech-heavy Nasdaq down by almost a similar margin, and the Dow there shedding almost 0.1%. Let's take a look at what is happening with markets across the Atlantic. Taking a look at the FTSE 100 declining by 2/3%. Of course, we did get there the inflation figure for August out of the UK, remaining at 2.2%, coming out in line with expectations. Of course, we'll be hearing from the Bank of England tomorrow after its monetary policy meeting. The CAC 40 there declining almost 0.5%, and the DAX down slightly 0.07%. Let's take a look at what is happening on the currency scene, and we start off with how the rand is doing against some of the major currencies. Quite a bit of strength coming through to the local unit against the dollar at 17 rand at 55, against the pound at 23 rand 17, and against the euro at 19 rand 51. Let's take a look at how the other currency pairs are doing, starting off with the euro dollar at 1.11, pound dollar at 1.32, and the yen just below 142 against the US dollar.